Hey guys, how are you doing? Today we're gonna take a look at the 5 strongest free-to-play characters. And as you guys know, I have a no gacha account where I don't do any gacha pulls on and I don't use any units that are not free to play. That's why I can confidently say that I have some experience with most of the units I have there. But still, this is my opinion. You are totally allowed to disagree with my opinion. You can let me know in the comments who you think is the strongest free-to-play character. That's totally fine. But first, let me thank the sponsor of today's video, LD Player. LD Play is a free Android emulator where you can play all of your favorite mobile phone games on PC. The gameplay is super smooth and has no problem to maintain a stable connection. It also has amazing features like synchronizing multiple instances to make rerolling a lot more fun. Not only that, you can also record macros, record your run in practice and start recording in normal or challenge mode to save yourself some sanity. You can download LD Player on the official site with the link in the description below. Thanks again to LD Player for sponsoring this video. So let's start with the first character. If you have already seen one of my no gacha account videos, you know you will see in every single stage Bibeak. She's one of the few units I bring everywhere. She is so strong. Her first skill can deal a lot of damage if you need a lot of damage in a short amount of time. And the second skill is what makes her truly amazing. And this is her unlimited blade stun, which is so useful in various situations. Deals 200% attack as arts damage to up to 6 targets within range and stuns them for 1.8 seconds. Can store up to 3 charges. The reason why this is so good is she can stun the enemies all the time and you can interrupt their attacks with that. That also means when you play Bibeak, you also have to time her skill, which can be really hard on phone. That's why I usually would recommend, if you want to use Bibeak, also play it on emulator. That's no joke. It's way easier if you can just pause the game with a keyboard press than just with your fingers. And it's way easier to see when you have to use the skill. The other reason why she is so great is her talent, and this is Soul Drinker. ASPD plus 6 after defeating an enemy, stacks up to 6 times. She is charging SP by attacking. That's why attacking faster is such a good talent for someone like her. So now we know she is super useful, super strong, and the third thing, she looks amazing in my opinion. She's one of the best looking characters I have on this account, and I would say she's one of the best looking characters who you can obtain as a free-to-play player. Now the second character I have in store for you is Ethan, and if you have seen my Risk 18 run, you know how amazing Ethan can be. Come on Ethan, it's up to you, please give me the bind. Give me the binds. He got the binds! He got the bind! We freaking did it! No way! I exactly at 8 no way. 8 hours and 20 minutes. There's no way we just did it on the time I just said before we're gonna stop trying. I don't say Ethan is amazing on every single stage, but I personally think, thanks to Ethan, there is many stages that are now possible to be cleared by just low level players. You just have to get really, really lucky. The reason why he's so RNG based is because of his talent. And Wind, when attacking, has a 25% chance to bind the target for 3 seconds. So every time he attacks the target, there's a 25% chance that he binds this target, which is really strong but really RNG based. And this has no limit, so if there are 20 targets in his range, there's a chance he binds all 20. Now let's not look at the RNG you need for this to happen, but it could happen. And the other thing is his second skill. The second skill on M3, attack plus 70%, increasing the chance to trigger the talent to 3 times. Now before the talent had a 25% chance to activate, it goes up to 75% with his skill on M3, which is just amazing. And for me, I've been using him on many stages, and it feels like it's nearly up to 90% or something. He binds all the time for me. I don't know why he does this for me, but he's truly an amazing unit for me. And just thanks to him, there are many impossible stages, or which I thought are impossible, that I was able to beat. Yes, it took me maybe 9 hours to beat them, but in the end I managed to do it. And that's why he's truly amazing to play and also a really good free-to-play unit. Character number 3, Melantha. Even though she's just a 3-star, she's probably one of the units I use the most in early game, on my no gacha account and also on my main account. She is super useful, and the reason why she's a beast is thanks to her stats. She has amazing stats for a 3-star, and also her skill. Being able to deal 50% more damage is always amazing. Now I think if you have just started off playing Arknights, then she's probably one of the best units you can invest in early game. Obviously, if you're already level 100 or more, or even a little bit lower, she's not gonna be that helpful anymore. She kinda loses her place if you already have some E2s and M3s, but overall, in the early game, she is just amazing, and I would totally recommend you investing in her if you don't have a good duelist guard. Now let's go to character number 4, and I can't decide if she's the strongest character or Bibeak, and then I'm talking about Scene. If you don't know Scene, you can obtain her like Bibeak in the CC shop, and you have to wait to the next CC to be able to buy her, but I would recommend you buying Bibeak and Scene because both of them are amazing. The reason why I can't decide which one is better is because they do totally different things, but I can say, thanks to Scene, I was able to clear many different stages. Scene is a summoner, and the skill I would recommend you leveling is skill 2. Immediately obtains 1 buggy cam and grants all deployed buggy cams increased detection range. Attack plus 130%, defense plus 130% and resistance plus 20. This skill is so amazing on M3. They're not only dealing an insane amount of damage, they're also nearly unkillable. They're so tanky, which I think is so cool. It's just defense increase, so against some units it won't help a lot, but it's still crazy how tanky they can be. Some of you know that I managed to beat FA8 challenge mode on the first try, and the reason why I was able to do this was 1, Bibeak because her stun is so amazing. The second reason was because of her. Her buggies are so helpful against the Centurions, and not only that, thanks to her, there are many stages you can just beat with only her, and that's why having a summoner is always nice to have. But keep in mind, if you use summoners, you also have to use a little bit of brain. And it's not easy to use summoners if it's your first time. But I have to mention, from all the summoners, I think she's the easiest one to play and get used to. And that's why if you want to do big brain plays, then I think she's the go-to character. Now let's go to the 5th and the last character. And this was actually a really hard choice. I was either thinking Follow Nick because her heal and the damage she can do while she's healing is always amazing and super helpful. Then there was Cliffheart with her stun on the second skill, which you can activate every 15 seconds, which is also insanely strong and super useful. But in the end, I decided to go with Amiya. Even though many people say Amiya is just a stupid donkey, many overlook how strong and useful she actually is. She is the only 5-star character currently in the game, which has 3 skills, and I personally say that all of them are useful and strong. The first skill is literally always there on max potential and max level on M3, which is super strong. The second skill deals an insane amount of damage, and if you can time it right, this can take out many enemies. But also because of her third skill, which is sometimes better than the skill of a 6-star character, and this is because she can deal true damage. And if you have already killed Patriot, you know having true damage in your team is super useful. And I think many people started to like Amiya when they saw how much damage she can actually deal against Patriot. I don't say she's a must build for you, but I know in the future she will also get some upgrades. And she's gonna be pretty cool in the future too. That's why I would recommend you, if you're just a tiny bit interested in Amiya, maybe consider leveling her. Even though you have Fiatler and other strong casters, she can still do an amazing job even though you might not M3 her. She's not that bad, trust me on that. And those were the 5 strongest free-to-play characters in my opinion. You're probably thinking, where is Midnight or where is Stuart? Both of them are also amazing and super helpful. But those are not actually free to play. I have a no gacha account and I don't have Stuart and don't have Midnight. And this is because you will not obtain them through the story. You will obtain them through the gacha. Obviously every normal person has those, but still, we're talking about totally free to play characters, and I know I'm not the only one that has an account like this. You can let me know in the comments who you think is the strongest character in the game. And everyone had different experience with their characters. So you might like Tomimi more than you like Amiya, which is understandable. She's a totally cool waifu and she's... I can't say she's good. But she's maybe cool. And yeah, you're totally free to have your opinion. And once again, I have to say it, guys, play waifu over your meta. I have a no gacha account. And to this day, I managed to clear every single stage. So you can do it with all the units you love. You don't have to build the strongest character in the game. And with that said, thank you guys so much for watching and have a nice one. Bye bye, have a good one. See ya.